Hey everybody, CW here, Card Wolf, because I'm always on the hunt for great cards. And today I've got a little bit of a mail day for you to go through, just some recent online purchases that I've made over the last month or so, I think it was. And these have sort of come in over the last week or so. Sometimes it takes sellers a little while to ship stuff out, but it has all come in more or less within the same week or so. So I thought I'd go through it here on the channel real quick. I don't think any of these will take a long time to get through. These two I sort of bought for the same reasons, though they are very different types of cards, different sports, different types of lots, but more or less bought those for the same reason, and I'll go into that when I open those. We'll start with this little one first. This is one card that I picked up, and I got it for what I think is a pretty good deal. I've got my scissors here that I'm going to get into this, try to open it very carefully. They really sealed this one up pretty tightly, but I think I can feel where the card is inside of there, and we can get that out. All right, there we go. So this is the, and I'll open this up too so you can see it even better. And this is the first time I'm seeing any of these cards. So this is the Juan Soto 2019 Stadium Club card with a terrible glare and out of focus, as is the case whenever I use this camera. So Juan Soto, and this is the red parallel version. You can see the letters of his name are red, which I really like because it goes so well with his uniform, and even the Stadium Club logo up here in the corner is red as well. This is a card that I was tipped off to by Shane over at Shoebox Legends. He has extolled the virtues of this card for a while, and it is a really pretty card, and I've picked up the base set version of this, and I saw the limited red version of this. This is not numbered or anything, but it is a parallel and hard to get. And Shane had advised me that if I see this for a good price, it's a good one that I should consider picking up, and I did. I got this for $11 was my final bid on this card, and this doesn't come up very often, so I was pretty happy to have gotten it, especially for that price, $11 for this one. So that's one that I'm very glad to add to my PC. I agree with Shane. I think it's a beautiful card, and whether or not Juan Soto becomes a Hall of Famer or what have you in the future, I still think it's a card I'm going to be very happy to have in my collection. So that's one thing. These two packages, as I said, they're from different sports. This bigger one is baseball. This one is football, but they're more or less, I bought them for the same reason, and they're the same kind of lot in a certain way. This baseball one is a bunch of cards, all of one player, and this football one is a bunch of cards, all of one player. And in this case, in the baseball one, it was because I didn't really have that many cards of that player, and I wanted to enhance my PC with more cards of that player, because it's a player who I think everybody agrees is going to be a Hall of Famer one day and is really one of the superstars in the major leagues right now. This is a football player, and I'm going to start opening this while I talk. These are a bunch of cards from a football player that still very young and has only really had one real season under his belt, but I was so impressed by his performance last year. Well, this is really not getting on there. Come on, there we go. So impressed by his performance last year that I decided I wanted some more of his cards if I could find them at a good price. And I think I did get a good price for these. Well, he's really got some serious padding in here. How did let's maybe cut that? Really did a great job protecting these cards, but it's making it quite a challenge for me to get in here. Okay, here we go. That is better. All right, let's get these out of here, and they are coming out really carefully. This is Jonathan Taylor, the running back for the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I'm not a huge Colts fan or anything. They're not my team. If you follow the channel, you know that my team is the Ravens, though I like a lot of other teams too. The Ravens are really the team that I really root for pretty much all the time. So this was 16 Jonathan Taylor rookie cards, and I got these for, now I've thrown the package away. I wrote on the package what I paid, 16 different cards, and I paid $12.50 for these, so that was less than $1 a card. I felt like that was quite a steal, and as you can see, let me get the glare off of there we go. As you can see, there is a variety of cards. This is a nice die cut card there, and some duplicate cards, but I don't mind that. The whole idea was to sort of fortify my collection a little bit more with rookie cards of this player, who I think will be a superstar in the league. He was the NFL's leading rusher last year by quite a wide margin, and I think he has a really good chance of repeating that performance this coming year as well. And so, I can see there are a lot of duplicates in here, and I knew that. I saw every card. The seller did a really nice job displaying these, so I was able to see every card that I was going to get, and I was able to see the condition. The condition on these is really great. They all look pretty much pack fresh, and so that was a way that I just really wanted to bulk up my collection on this player who I think is extremely talented and is going to be a superstar in the league for some time to come. So, basically I'm just going to put these in a box and come back and look at them, next year or the year after that. These are just going to kind of get tucked away in my PC. Right now they'll go in the wolf lair, and little Wolfie can keep an eye on those. But, that's really what I was trying to do with that. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do with this one, too. This is a baseball player. And I was going through my PC, and I realized I just did not have very many cards of this player. And I was kind of like, I was a little bit surprised at that, but not really, considering the dates that this player has been active in the league. I kind of dropped out of buying new cards for several years there with the birth of my son, and then our family moved, and always practiced good knife safety, and I really just wasn't buying a lot of new cards, and so I think I missed out on getting very many of this player. But then I kind of realized that, and I thought, well, let me look and see what I can find out there. And I think I had some fortuitous timing on this, because I bought these cards before the owners and the players came to an agreement to actually have the season. And it looked there, if you guys remember, it looked, for a couple of weeks there, like we might not get baseball this year. And I think a lot of things were going up on eBay. A lot of baseball cards were going up for very low prices. People were not buying them, and things were going for very cheap. And so within that window, I was really fortunate to be able to get this lot of 120 Mike Trout cards, because I really just did not have very many Mike Trouts in my collection. And so I was able to get this lot of 120 Mike Trout cards, and I got it for $98, which is obviously less than $1 a card, which, for some of these, the cards are maybe only worth about $1, but for some others of these, I think the cards are definitely worth, well more than $1. I could not see all of the cards in the lot. The seller did not do a great job of spreading them out and letting me see everything, so this is the first time that I will see some of these. I like that heritage card right on top there quite a lot. That's a nice one to find. I'm trying to do this so that they do not glare on you, because several of these are chromes or foils. And this is a mix of different brands. I could see that some of these are Panini, some of these are Topps, some of these are Bowman. But these are not all cards from just the last couple of years. These go back, some of these go back several years. You can see that one's a 2017, and there are some that are even older than that in here that I was able to see. Allen and Ginter there. And I love the old retro designs. I could see from what the seller did show in the photos, I could see there were several that featured those nice retro designs, and so I was happy about that. There's another one right there. So I felt like less than $1 a card, you can't go wrong with that. Now, these league leader ones aren't going to be anything special, but there aren't too many of those from what I could tell. The checklist one doesn't do me any favors either, but, then there's this nice Bowman Chrome, that one's pretty good. There's another nice heritage one that I enjoy. That one's pretty good. Some more recent ones there, but, again, I don't even know what that is. That's a Panini insert. So yeah, this is a pretty good lot for me. I really did not have very many Mike Trout cards. It was his rise in the hobby, and when he sort of came into the league, it just happened to coincide with when I sort of stopped buying a lot of newer cards, and so for whatever reason, I just never really wound up with very many of his cards, and this was an easy way for me to sort of remedy that situation. And you can see there are a few duplicates in here, certainly, but not that many. Really surprisingly, not that many duplicates. That was another thing. I actually messaged the seller to ask him, are these all just a whole lot of, the same 5 cards over and over again, and he assured me that that was definitely not the case. So anyway, $98 for 120 Mike Trout cards from over the years, and I'm pretty happy with that. I really have no complaints about that. Like I said, it happened during the time when people were concerned that there was not going to be a baseball season. That's a nice select one there. So I got a nice deal, I think. I just happened to hit the right window there and really pulled off what I think is a pretty nice score for all of these. And like I said with the Jonathan Taylor cards, I'm just going to put these in a box. These are just going to stay there for several years, and then I'll come back and look at these, you know, maybe 5 or 7 years from now when Mike Trout retires and he becomes eligible for the Hall of Fame or whatever, and pretty sure that these will do a lot better than $1 per card, which you know, that's not too bad. So anyway, that both of these were not you know, huge lots. They were not big giant things where I was super excited to get them, but they were lots that I felt like really would help my personal collection, just kind of give my personal collection a little more of a strong foundation, and some modern players. If you guys watch the channel, you know most of what I collect is vintage. So picking up some modern stuff, as I did with all 3 of these, actually I think gives a little more diversity to my collection. And that's a lot of what I kind of talked to you guys about. And when I was sending out all of those vintage Hall of Fame cards a few months ago, that was kind of my goal with that in a lot of ways, was to sort of encourage you to diversify your collections more towards the vintage, because I know a lot of you just rip modern. But I really think if you look at the values of cards lately, the vintage cards are going up at a very steady pace still. The modern is starting to go up now, but it was really flat for a while there because I think the season wasn't out for baseball, and of course football season's over, so that always flattens out football for a while there. But having a collection that has, you know, a good mix of both modern and vintage is, I think, always what I try to do, and I think it's a good way to go for all of us. So anyway, that was all I was really going to do today, is open those 3 packages and have a look at what I got out of there. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you're having a good week. Here we are on Thursday. I've got some more great content coming up on Friday and Saturday. I've got some good stuff planned, and I just got a huge package in the mail today too, so I might have another mail day. It was not something I ordered. It was sent to me by a subscriber to the channel, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's in there. I have honestly no idea, so it will be an exciting mail opening for all of us. All right, that's all I've got for you today, and I will see you again soon. In the meantime, happy collecting.